All right, so when we left off, we completed assembling the item and we made an exploded view. We gave it a name. We gave it the name of an ISO exploded, and we have this thing pretty much ready to go. The next thing we need to do is make a drawing of this particular item. To make a drawing here, we're simply going to click the left-hand corner, the plus, and then the bottom left, choose Create Drawing, and I'm just going to use a regular template just to speed things up rather than importing my template and wasting a lot of time there. So when the template comes up, we'll be given the opportunity to import the item into this particular drawing. From the Insert menu here, notice it says Import Part Studios. I'm going to choose Assemblies, and our assembly comes up here. So we can choose the assembly. Notice the default is the front. From our instructions, we know to put a front here. We will put a right side view of the object here. We'll click back on the front and put an isometric view of the item up here at the top as well. I apologize for the lag time, but we'll click on the view there as well. It's thinking. So now we have this. The next thing we want to do is insert the exploded view. Now we gave this a name, so we'll click on the Insert button again. From Assembly 2, we want to be able to choose, instead of the front view, the isometric exploded view. The default is to have the items in the assembly view, and we're going to change the default to ISO exploded. Notice it'll come in not much larger, and we get an exploded view that we created earlier with the 3 parts, and there should be lines there as well. I like to dress my drawings up a little bit. I'll click on Escape. We're going to right click here and say Show the Shaded View, and I'll right click over here and show the shaded view as well. That doesn't always happen, as it's way up here at the top and won't let us have access to that, so that's okay. The next thing we'll do is put in a parts list. This button here is called a BOM, or the Bill of Materials, a bill of materials. We click on that and it will give us a table. That table we can simply drag down and put it adjacent to the right-hand side. You'll note that we get this table from the table that we created here already when we did the assembly, so it's already there. The last thing we really need to do, actually there's 2 things we need to do. We put in these callouts. They're often called balloons. We have to come down and click on a line. I typically try to find the center of a line of an object that I'm going to be addressing and pull it off on an angle. It cannot be vertical, or should not be vertical or horizontal. So I notice those arrows with the callouts, they match up with these parts 1, 2, 3. If we were doing a car or something and it had 4 wheels, under 1 wheel, it would say the quantity is 4 and you would only need to have 1 balloon. The last thing we need to do here is to add a note pertaining to tolerances. So we simply click on the note, and we're going to go back in and take a look at the course and see what the note says. All tolerances are plus or minus 0.01 inches, parts adhered with wood glue. I should have typed that in somewhere, but that's okay. I can go ahead and type this. Oh, everything has to be in all caps, as this is an industry standard. And there's a symbol sign here. We're going to click on the down symbol, come down to plus or minus. This is annoying. I'll drag this out this way to give us plenty of space to type. We'll type 0.01 inches, hit return, and type in parts adhered with wood glue. Click that, and I think we're good. We have our tolerances, we have our balloons, we have our exploded view, we have our parts list, we have a front view and a side view. One last thing we need to add here is we'll scroll in here and we need to put in some assembly dimensions. For example, we need to know the distance between this outer edge and this outer edge, and we'll simply slide that up there. We can see that we have the dimensions there. Those are assembly dimensions, not part dimensions, but dimensions relative to where the parts are located to each other in the assembly. And that's how you complete this particular assignment. Good luck.